They said they you approach me. I've been thinking about you and you only. And we just like a fuck, that's nothing else. You know, I'm falling in love, that's for someone else.
What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to Omizi. DDG regrets making family content. It don't seem like that because he keep putting it out. I don't know. I see new videos of Halo every day. So, I mean, I guess let's just get into
myself not to get in a relationship. It's damn near like having a part-time job. You might be doing videos all day and your girl get an attitude when you're doing your last video. When you gonna take me out to eat? When you gonna take me to the movies? When we gonna go on a date? And then it causes relationship problems in your real life that can affect your content. And you might get mad, get in an argument. You might not want to film the next day. You might not want to stream the next day. You might not want to go to the studio the next day. I would tell myself if I was 22, I would say, bro, just grind it out. Let a relationship happen, but only happen when you feel comfortable in yourself as a man.
2 days later,
I've announced me and Hallie has split, right? It's life. It happens. She's still family. I love her to death, no matter what. Everything's still good. Never know what the future holds. Anything else past that statement is nobody else's business.
You were so much smarter back then saying that you shouldn't have gotten into a relationship, but why did you think it was okay to start a damn family if you were just going to leave them? Having a family is a very joyous experience that a lot of people love to share with their friends, families, and loved ones. Now, that may take them down the wrong path. I believe to be the wrong path.
But I don't know if he's the one who stopped. And, you know, I don't know if she is either, but I don't... Seems like they've done this before, like this kind of toxic back and forth and on and off again. You know, DDG with his Ruby Rose thing, and you know, the cheating allegations and stuff like that. But I don't know, for some reason this time, to me it feels cemented because, for one, they never made an announcement before. It was always speculation, and then DDG saying something in a post, and then us trying to have to read between the lines, and they unfollowed each other and stuff like that. But it's never been like an announcement, and Holly seemed like she's fine. Like, of course, I don't know her. She, you know, doesn't post as often as DDG and as in depth as DDG, but you know, she put life is great, and had her baby with her, and just, you know, just not speaking to every criticism that was given. You know what I'm saying? And I don't criticize him for making the post, because I do think somebody made a good, I think it was Academics, made a good point saying that if he didn't and he was seen with another woman, that they would have said he's cheating and everything. So I understand announcing it, but what he has done from that point to this point is ridiculous. Like, he just seems like he is going insane.
By sharing these experiences on the internet to not just their close interpersonal circle, but we know today's day and age has algorithms in everything in which we post on, so that'll take your content to the entire world to do with it with what they please. Now, on the bright side, you may be thinking, Omar, hey, this is something positive. My family doesn't live near me, so I take to Facebook to share the updates with them. Think of it like a family postcard or something like that, where they can access what my kids are doing or what I'm doing when I get married or whatever the case may be. And it's very lovey-dovey and it should be harmless. But the problem is that people do not consider the realities of online culture. People are sick. People are exploitative. It's not necessarily just about the other people on the internet, you know, the feds and stuff like that, the sickos that exist out there. We also have to factor in the people themselves that are posting the content on the internet. They can be sickos too. This is where DDG and Halle Bailey introduced themselves into this conversation. Now, these are two famous individuals separately and coming together. The internet naturally thought that this was going to become some natural power couple, and I don't necessarily blame them.
Why?
DDG already exists heavily online as a chronically online person who creates content, and Halle Bailey, up-and-coming singer, Disney.
They were just in two different worlds, so it didn't feel like that to me. Like, she was... No shade to DDG at all. There's just no shade. She's like a movie star and a powerhouse vocalist and everything. And he is like Black YouTube royalty. Yeah, but it's like, it was just two different levels. And so it was two different worlds. So I don't think it would be a power couple. It was just like a couple. I don't know. Like, it didn't seem like power couple to me. Didn't give that.
To building her brand in 2024, which means putting herself more and more online for public consumption. Naturally, as their lives progressed, they decided to have a baby, and because they didn't want people to know, they went to great lengths to hide the pregnancy. I can remember those times, which I thought ultimately was a good idea. When it came out that she actually was pregnant, they did have a baby, it was nice because nobody needs to be subjected to all of these conversations and comments that they were being subjected to when they first got together in the first place.
Holly's fans are feeling like she's way too good for DDG and he's dragging her down.
They just think I'm a dog now.
Especially because his motives seem a little shady.
I'm just the type of troll and try to maximize every dollar.
And now, granted, some of that stuff may have been warranted, especially in hindsight, because DDG was definitely saying some weird things about how he was potentially jealous of her or whatever the case may be. That still doesn't give people the right to psychoanalyze the content or the creators or really the livelihoods of these people. So I'm glad that Halle made it
because at the end of the day, if she don't want to leave him, she's not gonna leave him. So we could say all of this or whatever, and did it do anything? No, she has a baby with him. Well, she's probably very grateful for the baby, but we don't know. Sometimes I've learned this with my friends too, and myself. That person not gonna leave until they want to leave. They could be getting bopped upside the head. They could be getting cheated on every day. If they do not decide I'm done, they're not going nowhere. And so you really can't do much but either be there or decide it's too much for me. I got to go.
Privacy.
There was no way in hell I was going to share the biggest joy of my world with anyone. Halo was my gift. He is the greatest blessing. And I had no obligation to expose him, me, or my family to that unyielding spotlight.
And I can agree with this standpoint as a whole, to be honest with you. With things like AI, with nasty people on the internet, nobody is obligated to know people's personal lives. You are only obligated to get what people put in front of the camera, which can be an occasional picture of a girlfriend, an occasional picture of a new car, an occasional sharing of a job promotion, or whatever the case may be. Whatever that creator is comfortable with. But nobody should be forced to bring things to the forefront of the conversation just because it should serve for fan fodder or whatever the case may be. But
what's interesting though is that he did post a sonogram on April Fool's, I think it was, and then it turned out it was real. And I think it was because she did not want it public. Like I said, two different worlds. She didn't want it public. She has a brand to uphold. He just has his... She's been very private, honestly. Other than like those lives she did with her sister. And he broadcast his entire life for what? Since he was like 18? So
the difference is, and this is where I have to give a little bit of pushback to Halle Bailey when she took to Twitter, it is different when you decide to bring these things to the forefront. Halle Bailey said in a tweet, "I'm so sick of people thinking it's okay to speak on my career and my child. Leave us alone. I rebuke every negative word on this app, and I hope the people who are so concerned about my life
that brought it or him?
I will continue to cover and protect my family." I wholeheartedly agree. There's no place for negativity. Some of the disgusting tweets that I saw are so out of pocket, it's not even worth talking about, to be honest with you. I condemn those people as well. But these are the same people who said that they were going to keep their relationship private, and then from my perspective, decided to exploit their child by putting them at the...
But it's not her. I don't know. Maybe it is her. Y'all tell me. Is it her too? Like, I'll see like a video here and there, but I see every meme of Halo is from DDG, like DDG's phone. Or like him like doing a video or something. I could be wrong. I don't know.
At the forefront of the internet so much that he became a meme.
Y'all, it was my birthday yesterday.
Now, I get it. DDG's job since he was about 15 years old has been to create content about his life and share that with his audience in an engaging way. That's truly how he got to fame. There's no way to me that you can justify placing the face of your child on screen with some sort of blurry or pixelated image to protect the innocence of your child, which rightfully so you should have did. And then somehow you progress to the point where he has been memeified again and again and again and again. Whether it's the one where he's sitting sideways on the couch, or the one where he's driving in a car, or even the one where he's like on a train and they're circling around the mall. I don't know why anybody thought that this would be something different, seeing as to how DDG and his family has treated Woo-Wop, his little nephew or whatever he is on the internet.
Kiss my trick on you, don't play. I get chicken like Chick-fil-A. Guess how much I made today? My uncle picked me up in the rain. Balenciaga, I never would have been. Her boyfriend.
Oh, I don't like watching little kids do stuff that little kids do sometimes. It's cringy.
Because they are sick and have no boundaries, gonna take the time to take an innocent Halo meme and decide to sexualize that meme with a baby in it.
What? Who sexualized?
Again, we've seen this coming from DDG this whole time. So all that happens when you reveal more and more on the internet is you invite people to be weird, people to be nasty, people to be psychoanalyzing critics. And again, I don't think that this is right or wrong, but when you post the fact that you two have broken up, which literally nobody asked for, nobody was investigating, you're going to invite people to come in, dig up a bunch of history, and start psychoanalyzing the validity of the relationship from the jump. Then this leaves room for people to take seriously or run with narratives that are posted on the internet, especially with this close friends post that DDG put out there. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. We chose to split because of personal reasons. Nah, it's not a skit. I'm not hurt, and I'm not missing out on anything, and her head game was trash AF. LOL. As long as my son good, I'm good. Now, DDG refuted that that was him. The nasty part about it is because you have been so openly on the internet lately about your relationship, everybody can run with this narrative. And personally, I think it's sick and weird, but you invited this into your life. And especially because you don't have the best past in this relationship, people are taking sometimes warranted jabs at you. But I keep having to ask myself, why should I even be involved or care this much about somebody's life? Especially enough to disrespect them like Joe Budden did this past weekend.
Who the is DDG. Why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing this name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. Every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically...
Because that's what, it's a more mainstream, she's mainstream, he was internet. And again, this is not shade. Damn! Because everything, mofos is like fucking... sensitive on the internet. It's not shade. It's the damn truth, bro. She was Little Mermaid, bro. Like, this is just different. It's different, bro. Okay? A Disney fucking princess. He was DDG, the YouTuber. Oh, the YouTube rapper. I don't know, the rapper. Fuck it. I don't care, because everybody gonna get all like, well, he has more money than you. And yes, he does, okay? Whatever.
In some type of clout chaser fashion, so that makes...
Now, I don't think this part applies to DDG, perhaps, but the people that also do the same things as him, but in an exploitative way, are absolutely disgusting. See, the difference is, I personally believe, and who am I to even personally believe this, but I personally believe that DDG cared about the well-being of his child. But there are a lot of people on the internet who get involved.
I do too, but he did say something weird, where he was saying, if y'all hate me, or something. This is not, like, the exact quote, but he was like, y'all being mean to me might affect the way I parent. And I was just like, what the fuck is you talking about? Get off the internet. What? It's a child. It's your child. Get the fuck off the internet, man. Oh. Huh? It seemed like two completely different people. And I'm just saying, like, lifestyle-wise. They could be very similar. They could both be toxic. Shit, I don't fucking know. She made that song Because I Love You. And she was acting very much toxic in that. I sympathize with her, though. I'd be toxic, too. But I'm just saying, like, they could be similar in that way. But lifestyle-wise, it just seemed like one was very private and one was very public. And how is that going to go when you have a kid?
Don't give a rat's ass about their kids and will do anything and everything for clicks and views. The idea of being some sort of internet celebrity to gain financial success, attention, or validation, or maybe you just lack awareness as to why you do some of these things and say some of these things and they come off weird on the internet is beyond me as a whole, especially when we have innocent kids being involved. But there are people who go to the most extreme extents to the point where they need to serve jail time.
One of YouTube's most famous family creators was arrested on child abuse claims.
Viewers
think they saw it coming. 8 passengers, Ruby Frankie.
YouTuber from Southern Utah has been accused of child abuse. Court documents show Ruby Frankie from the Family Channel 8 Passengers has been arrested after her child climbed out of a window and asked a neighbor for food and water. Officers say there were signs that he had been tied up. The child was taken to a hospital and his siblings are now in DCFS care. Frankie is being held without bail.
And she's not the only one. Please don't get me started on the content that I've covered on this channel before about parents punishing kids as some sort of prank, or even if it's a real life punishment, but ultimately recording it and putting it out there for public consumption.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes, you should.
No, I should never did it.
Okay, hold your head, because you agreeing with me. That's what I like. You already earning the first star.
No, please stop,
Baby, please.
please
No, I can't stop. Because you didn't stop twerking. Huh? No, you was twerking already. You was a life of the party. They still don't like you with your braids like that. They still don't like you. They still don't like you.
I think it's really messed up that this person is a responsible adult, somebody who knows better, who's 18 and up. There's more productive ways to have the conversation with your child to let them know the actions that she's taking is wrong. However, this is the internet and everything is for public consumption. Everything is for laughs and clicks and everything like that, subscribers and money and all that stuff.
I don't know what
it's like, I don't know, because, well, because, like, parents used to, like, embarrass their children as a form of discipline, but I will say it was in a more controlled setting, like maybe just to the people that go to your school or something like that. This, when you put stuff online, it literally is now reachable to so many people, and stuff like that usually is going to get more clicks, which is going to put it deeper in the algorithm, or more visible, and it's going to get more attention. So then it does like open your child up for, you know, harm in a way. So yeah, that's weird.
Sicko you have to be for your child to be punished on camera and you upload it to the internet, but that's somebody who clearly doesn't deserve to have kids. And speaking of the kids, there is nobody advocating for the kids in these examples. I remember when I was younger watching shows like John and Kate Plus 8 or any of those TLC shows where these kids had plethoras of siblings under the parents' roofs or whatever the case may be, and we all know how those things turned out. Those kids ended up scarred for life. The difference between those situations and these situations here is that at least when TLC was rolling, there was a camera crew who may or may not have had, but hopefully may have had some sort of heart in order to advocate or defend for the kids, but in these situations, it's just a G7X Mark II or an iPhone, a mommy and a dream, and they're just doing anything under the sun. And when that camera is cut off, nobody's there to advocate for these kids. Even if it means scripting the content for their children to say something that they might not even know what the hell they're saying, these parents are willing to do anything and everything for the validation of people on the internet. There was even a trend recently of these kids coming out saying about how these things affected them in their life now that they're adults.
Children of the first wave of family vloggers are speaking out about the trauma that they experience having their entire childhoods being broadcasted online.
When I say that things about my life were constantly posted online, I mean like everything. About my day-to-day life, about my school schedules, about my sports, about my mental health, about my health issues. I remember even right after I was hit by a drunk driver, my mom was right up in my face as I was strapped to a stretcher board taking photos to post on her Facebook page.
I think there was even a situation where a child had to sue their parent for putting their content online. At the end of the day, I look to people like Casey Neistat in these situations because Casey Neistat, for as long as I've been watching his channel, has kept his family life and the internet as balanced as possible. There is a healthy dose of protecting his family, his wife, his children, his brothers, his siblings, his parents, all that stuff, and still letting people peer into his life on a day-to-day basis.
Peek. Like you get like they peeking through the blinds, you know? They can't see much, but they get a little bit of it. That's how I feel like I'm gonna be, you know? Because I feel like I try to be relatable, but not give out my business. Where I be like, I felt that, but I don't tell y'all why I felt that. You feel me? I feel like there's some situations I've gone through as of late that I've been a little bit more open about, but I still don't give you I don't tell you who, I don't tell you when, I don't tell you how. I don't tell, it's like still a mystery. And, yeah. And when I have a baby, you might be able to see the face, but y'all not gonna see nothing. Like, it's just gonna be like little cute moments, but I don't know.
How come no family channel?
Putting the kids out there, my kids are in my videos, my kids are in my photos, but I don't show their faces, and I try my best to make it so it's sort of hard to invest yourself in who they are. I don't want people to feel like they know my children. I got nothing but love for people who have family channels, for people who found a place that works for them. But for me, it's just like fame and notoriety has really taken a toll on me. I'm super fucking weird. I gotta go to therapy. I have crazy social issues. I go out to dinner is my biggest fear in the world.
We think that cigarettes are something that kids shouldn't consume. Alcohol, pornography, driving, all these things are too much for a kid to handle. But all of a sudden, when it comes to fame, that's something that's okay. There are too many child stars that we've seen on the internet in order for me to justify exploiting my kids or putting that information onto the internet. There are too many people out there with a messed up mind for me to rob my family of the opportunity or option to be involved in my content or not. And I'm
gonna stop it there because I feel like he's finished. But also, just certain things kids I don't think should digest, ingest, whatever. They shouldn't see, they shouldn't have a tablet all damn day. They shouldn't be on social media. Like he said, all the things he listed. But you can even look at this in the entertainment industry and all these child stars talking about how they were abused or how when we think about Disney Channel stars and the ones that didn't end up on drugs and crazy and stuff like that, it is a very minuscule amount of people. And even some of those that are okay now, Miley Cyrus went through a whole phase of wildness. A lot of them did, and I just feel like it's because they were exploited for whatever their talent was, or for the internet, or the eyes of other people. And I just don't think that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Just for a check, is that what it's for? Because they don't even the kids don't get the money. It's the parents till they turn 18, and usually they end up suing their parents because the parents didn't spend all their money or whatever. It's just fucked up. It's just really messed up. So anyways, y'all comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'll see y'all in the next one.